Okay, so we got the hole in the roof. It looks huge on camera, but it's not that big. And we're gonna have a metal piece that I'm gonna cut the hole for the pipe in right now. That'll go on top here, and then we'll have nice trim around this and make it look really nice. But yeah, the hole looks massive on camera, but it's only 18 inches by 18 inches, so. Okay, continuing with the wood stove project, I got a couple things left to do here. I did lower the stand because I didn't like how high it was. It was a little too high, and yeah, I just didn't like how high it was. So I dropped it down quite a bit, like 6 inches. So it's sitting up like that. I kind of want to talk a little bit about proper heat shielding with these stoves. Hey, Skeeter. Or with any wood stove. A lot of people will just take their heat shields and they'll just screw them right to the wall of whatever they're screwing it to, and that's not the correct way to do it, because you're just screwing the metal, which is going to get hot, to the wood. So you're heating up the metal, which is going to absorb heat from the wood stove, and then that's just going to get, that heat's going to transfer to your wall some. It does help some, you know, because it's a non-combustible material, but it's still not the correct way, and it can still allow it to get too hot. So what you want is you want an inch air gap in between your heat shields. So I'll put like a little you know, spacer right here, and that'll keep this off the wall a little bit, so it'll hit, the heat will hit the metal, but there's still airflow in between here, so it's not going to allow that wood back behind it to get hot. And you can see I did this with my little stove, or my little stand here that the stove's sitting on. I got a couple nuts, I just used what I had, and I have an air gap underneath there, so it's not sitting right on the wood. So I don't know, that's just something I kind of wanted to talk about, because I've done enough of these now, and enough research, and I haven't had any problems. So, and the big thing I see when people install stoves, when I watch other videos and stuff, is that they do their heat shields wrong. Obviously, if you have, you know, proper, if you're far enough away from the wall, it doesn't matter too much, but you can reduce your clearances quite a bit if you do your heat shields properly. And up here, where I'm going through the ceiling, grab my tape measure. This is double wall pipe right here. These heat shields will go up higher, by the way. But this is double wall. It transfers into double wall. And the double wall clearances are 6 inches minimum. You know, and you can see here I'm plenty away. I'm 9 inches away about, or 8 7/8. So I'm plenty safe with it there. And yeah, and then since where this is going through, you know, I've never used like those, you know, the actual stuff that you're supposed to use for your pipe to go through the ceiling. Like those little, you know, like, you know, I can't remember what they're called, but they're like little braces or whatever. I'll use one at my cabin this year when I finish that up, but usually I just take a piece of metal and just go through a piece of metal. It's, you know, the same thing. So I go through that and I just cut a hole in where it's going through, and then this is just wood stove gasket cement. So it's cement, it's a watertight, it's waterproof, so nothing can leak in around the pipe, and I've never had a problem with it doing it this way. And then I just put that around this just to be, I don't know, extra sure, I guess, that no water is getting in here. And then of course I did the same thing on top of the roof around the pipe, so it's got to go through 2 layers of cement, you know, for any water to get in here. And we've had plenty of rain now, and it's holding up well. So I'm kind of a fan of doing it that way. But yeah, I just want to talk about heat shields a little bit, because a lot of people, like I said, do them wrong, or, you know, use the wrong material, and obviously you want to be safe with a wood stove. So this is going to be, you know, plenty safe when I'm done with it now, which is a good peace of mind. The only thing that I have to worry about is a chimney fire basically, you know, and if you clean the pipe and check it off, and which I do, you won't ever have a problem. And wood stoves are actually really safe if you install them correctly. So I'm a fan of that. Big fan of wood stoves. Anyways, that's how I usually install my stoves. You know, I make sure I'm plenty of distance away for what it calls for. You know, the cabin or the stove I got going through the ceiling in the cabin is single wall, and that's 18 inches of clearance. So I'm 18 inches away all the way around the pipe where I go through there. So plenty safe. But right now I'm gonna put some this same material here, the sheet metal. I'm gonna put that around this just to kind of make it look trimmed out. And then the other project I got going is I got these mica tiles from Amazon. This is like an art pack or something like that, but I think this was like 12 bucks or something on Amazon. But mica glass or mica tiles are rated for 1600 degrees Fahrenheit. So they're fire resistant, and this is what people will use in their antique wood stoves, or if they're making a homemade wood stove, if they want to have a glass front, you know, or replace a glass front on their antique wood stove or whatever. This is what you use, and like I said, this is like an art pack, so they come in weird shapes and sizes, but I don't know, it was on Amazon, so I just got it. But you can get these from different websites, like cut to whatever length you need them to be cut to. You know, like 4 inches by 8 inches, or 8 inches by 12 inches, or whatever you need. But these, since I just need a small piece, I got these because it was pretty cheap, so I'll just cut this to size and slap her in the old front of the wood stove there, and we'll have a nice glass front wood stove. Okay, so you can see I got the mica glass installed on the wood stove here, and we have had a few fires in here with that glass in now, and I just forgot to make a video about it on kind of how I did it. I used 4 bolts. I drilled holes kind of in all 4 corners of the glass, and you can cut this mica glass with a scissors, by the way, or a utility knife, whatever you got. And it seems kind of sketchy because this is it feels like plastic, like plexiglass. The way it feels like it'll melt, but trust me, it won't. Mica, it's got to be mica glass, and yeah, it's rated for like 1600 to 1800 degrees or something like that, so it's plenty good. But anyways, I just used bolts with some washers on all 4 corners just to kind of suck it in, and then I got a lock nut and a nut on the other side, or a locking washer and a nut on the other side, and cinched her on really good, so she's on there tight. And I mean, yeah, it's durable. It's been working great, and really happy with how it looks. But I'll show you guys a fire in it now. And yeah, this thing's been a game changer. Also, this wood stove fan we got on here, I've never had one of these. I've been burning wood stoves for a while now, and I've never gotten one of these fans. I've always kind of wanted to. And Sierra picked this one up off Amazon for like 35 bucks or something, and wow, it made a big difference. I mean, just with this thing like kind of smoldering, it just blowing that hot air right to you, it makes the room a lot warmer. So anyways, there you go. This is kind of a homemade hack job wood stove that I think turned out pretty good. You know, I took a grinding wheel and cut this square in with the glass, made the glass a little bit bigger than the hole, and then just, yeah, used the bolts on all 4 corners, and she's been working good. No smoke coming in, nothing like that. So yeah, I'm happy with it. I'll show you guys the fire now.